Jab, the guy's going to walk right in on him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Oh, it was really basics, you know.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas says Canelo Alvarez has earned his reputation by fighting and beating top names across multiple weight divisions. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, hasn't faced as many household names, which sometimes makes fans question his resume. But Atlas stresses that greatness isn't only about the list of opponents, it's about skill and adaptability. He believes Crawford's sharp timing, smart footwork, and ability to control the pace could help offset Canelo's size and strength. Atlas also points to Crawford's calm mindset and knack for making adjustments mid-fight, qualities he feels could give Crawford a real chance to overcome a proven champion like Alvarez.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? But those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
For Canelo Alvarez, this matchup is about more than just another fight on his record. Terence Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes to take him on, and that raises the stakes for Canelo in a big way. If Alvarez were to lose, people would question why a naturally smaller opponent was able to beat him, despite Canelo having the advantage in size, power, and experience. A defeat like that could put a dent in his legacy and shake his standing as one of boxing's pound-for-pound greats. That's why the pressure is already heavy on Canelo, long before the first punch is thrown.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. Coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body going to react, and you just think, you just going to come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, moving around the ring, and everybody thought, that might work, and we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy, but who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I will have to make a statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't lose this fight.
David Benavidez speaks with confidence when it comes to Terence Crawford's place in boxing. He says Crawford's technical skill and mental sharpness put him on another level compared to most fighters today. Benavidez points out how easily Crawford switches stances, stays composed under pressure, and sets the pace in any matchup. In his view, Crawford's real strength isn't just his physical talent, it's his fight IQ. He studies his opponents carefully, makes adjustments, and wears them down step by step as the rounds go on.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. So I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make one.
Jeff Mayweather gives high praise to Terence Crawford, calling him a master technician who can read opponents and change his game plan with precision. He believes Crawford holds the edge when it comes to pure boxing skills. At the same time, Jeff reminds everyone not to underestimate Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's power, experience, and history of beating elite fighters under pressure make him extremely dangerous. One well-timed shot from Canelo can change everything, and Jeff warns that ignoring his ability to adjust and capitalize on openings would be a serious mistake for Crawford, or for anyone who steps into the ring with him.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
Max Kellerman zeroes in on the jab, calling it one of the key weapons in this matchup. He explains that Terence Crawford's jab is crisp, accurate, and highly effective. It lets him control range, set up combinations, and throw off an opponent's timing. That steady jab has been a big part of Crawford's success throughout his career. Kellerman then looks at Canelo Alvarez, noting that earlier in his career, Canelo used his jab well to handle aggressive fighters. Recently, though, it hasn't been as sharp or consistent in his game. That drop-off, Kellerman says, could give Crawford a real opening to use his disciplined lead hand to take control.
Attributes, and then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring.